intro music goes here. There, that's the music. That'll do. That's good, right?
Perfect.
Perfect. That's what I thought. What if this is just our intro?
I don't know. I don't work here.
Nailed it.
My name is Bear. This is my voice.
My name is pStabs. This is my voice.
Hi, I'm Panda.
Is that your voice?
No, it's my butt.
All right.
No,
I pressed the button. You listen. I will give you $1 and then I'll say you work here.
I don't work here.
Panda's always doesn't work here.
I don't work here either. Can I have $1?
Yeah, I'll also give you $1. Just give me your Venmo or your PayPal or Venmo. What all the different things for it. I'll pay you in cummies.
Come rockets to the moon.
Bear doesn't have any clue what we're talking about.
Nope.
All right. Well, here. Welcome to episode 2 of the Experience Level podcast, where, you know, we talk about different things in pop culture and video games and whatnot. And Panda and I have just confused the fuck out of BreakdownBear. You know, anyway. So, Panda, do you want to explain what we were just talking about? Let's just do it.
So apparently, to date this, June 5th, on June 5th, there were 2 things trending on Twitter regarding cryptocurrency, and they're tied to the adult industry as well. So hashtag cummies, hashtag cumrockets was trending on Twitter, tied to a cryptocurrency because good old Papa Musk tweeted something just ambiguously related to it, and it just Twitter exploded. The internet exploded. I'm sure there's stuff on Reddit for it too. So
yeah, that's welcome to the internet, Bear. Welcome back, I guess.
I go back under my rock.
So an adult industry fueled cryptocurrency is apparently either it exists or in the works. I didn't look too far into it.
My question is, why do we need different currency for that? Like, what's wrong with Bitcoin, or like, why do we need the different currencies?
You realize that there's already a shit ton of cryptos out there, right?
I guess I don't, because I think I only know of like the 2, and I don't even know what the second one is. I just know there is a second one.
I was going to say which.
I know Bitcoin and that other
newer. But there's there's Bitcoin. There's it starts with an A.
Does that start with an E?
Yeah, you're right. Ethereum.
Oh, Ethereum.
My brain is still turning on. But yeah, there's a ton of cryptos out there.
So
because it's basically like, hey, this digital piece of information, I say it's worth 0.07 cents. And then the more people that own those, the higher the price goes up. And then it's like stocks without true backing.
But I thought the whole purpose of crypto was to like avoid the whole inflation, deflation thing that we have with our different currencies in our different countries, right? Like, I thought that was the whole point of having Bitcoin.
To avoid regulation. It's so like that's the thing about cryptos. There's a finite amount of, specifically Bitcoin that I know of. I don't know other cryptos, but Bitcoin specifically has a predetermined maximum number of Bitcoins that exist in the world.
Okay.
So as ownership goes up and down, and like public trading and all that stuff of it, like it's very volatile. So it will lose and gain value over time based on how much is in the public's hands, how much is not in the public's hands, and like all that.
So like a normal currency, the idea behind it is that you can't just go print money, right? Because that devalues it, because there's too much of it in circulation. So limited circulation for currencies, that's how currencies are supposed to work. Mm-hmm. But my country and your country, we just go print more money.
Yeah.
Like, we're out of money, let's make some more.
Yes and no, because again, it's backed by something physical that, again, we
gold
also assign a value to. It's a really weird system. Used to be silver, now is gold.
Yeah.
But it's not that they go and print more money. It's that they use like the bonds system to buy bonds or sell bonds to bring currency into circulation or take it out of circulation based on the state of the economy. That's how that whole system is supposed to work.
Yeah, I don't know.
We don't print more money. We just borrow more from China is what we do.
There's still the idea that there's still a limited amount of currency in the world still kind of exists, right? Like, you still have to have permission to do it. So people get, I don't know. I thought the whole purpose behind it was to make sure that like it kind of got rid of some of the differences in between the currencies. Like in Canada right now, I don't know what our exchange rate is, but I usually pay, if we average out a bunch of years, it's usually about 75%. So 75 cents on the US dollar, right? So $1 US is worth 75 cents Canadian. Is that how that works? No, $1 Canadian is 75 cents US, right? So basically it looks and sounds like I pay more money for everything, but when you convert it down, sometimes we actually do, but a lot of times we don't. We pay about the same prices. But I thought that's what the whole purpose of cryptocurrency was that it was supposed to be some secure system that prevents that kind of stuff from happening, so that you had equal buying power no matter where you were buying. But then if they're just going to introduce extra cryptocurrencies, then you end up with that whole thing going out the window. So anyway,
well, the currencies are all different. It's like having, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this. So you have, I don't think Bitcoin was the first one. There was probably something else that existed. But you have like cryptocurrency A is created and people are like, oh, this is really cool. So somebody comes out with cryptocurrency B. And then somebody else decides to develop cryptocurrency C. It's just somewhat like, it's just individuals and or groups deciding that we want to have a cryptocurrency. So this is our cryptocurrency now. And we assign it. We think it's worth like X amount because there's so little in the wild. So, and as more and more and more people buy it, the price goes up and up and up and up. I mean, that's just economic supply and demand, that kind of thing.
Yeah, true.
Until it reaches like that tipping point where people think that, and that's more of like the stock market thing of like where it reaches a certain pinnacle and people are like, it's never going to go past this, so we're going to sell a shit ton, and then the price goes back down because there's not as much circulation anymore.
So it is it's like a combination of currencies and stock market then.
Correct, yeah.
I don't like that. That's hurting my head. Also, so when's our cryptocurrency? The P, B, and P currency. We'll get that somehow, I guess. We gotta make it. Bear, get on that.
I refuse to develop that.
We could just do Derp Coin.
Derp Coin. Oh yeah, we'll get some Derp Coin. Yeah. See, that's a better name for it. That's a better name for it. We'll get Bear to do it for us, Panda. We don't have to do it. He's got all that time in the world.
Yep,
right?
I can do it.
With the no baby thing.
It's pronounced new baby.
Oh, right. My bad. All right.
Apparently, there's already Derp Coin.
Oh, no. They stole it. We'll have to go with the PB and P then.
Yeah.
There's 10 billion of them in existence.
How much are they worth? Maybe we just buy them all.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's Derp Coin. Can't be that expensive, right? It's Derps. Watch, Derps would be cool.
I think it's like 0.001.
So like $1,000 and we own it all.
There's only 5 people that own it.
Oh, nice. We could just buy them out. I'm with Bear
now. 82.7 Derp coins out in the wild apparently.
Nice. All right. Okay. Well, that's a potential for the future then. Although we can't let it go too long. I waited on Bitcoin and
800 days ago.
800 days ago. Okay.
It's the last transaction for that.
So they're just sitting on it then. They're waiting. They're primed and waiting for a buyer to come in and scoop it all up. That's all I'm hearing.
I have no idea.
All right, we got a little bit of an update from last week's stuff. So we talked about Amaranth and how her ad revenue was yoinked by Twitch for her hot tub streams and being inappropriate, and her ad revenue is now back, meaning she is getting paid a portion of the ads, a portion of the revenue that is gained when she runs ads on her channel, but she has to stream in the new hot tub category, which is on Twitch, which it's interesting to me because I'm not hearing people complain about it anymore. I don't know if it's
everything has a place now.
Yeah. So people are basically not complaining about hot tub streams as much. The memes about it are still strong. And what is your favorite hot tub channel, Panda? I like the Uncle Iroh one.
That was I introduced you to that. And you stealing my favorite one.
Oh, well, it can also be mine. But then Zen, our loyal listener Zen, probably our most energetic listener Zen, replaced me. Yeah, spoiler alert, Zen. Replaced me as his favorite streamer by the otters in the cold tub. Like, come on, I'm just jealous. So anyway.
Solid second is Hot Tub Jesus official though.
Oh, okay. The official one, not the like fake, the non-official one. I know the Hot Tub
Title,
Jesus
thou
official.
shalt not simp me.
It's the memes are so good. Yeah, so that's all that we have for feedback, but let's jump in real quick to a viewer topic. So, or not viewer, I guess on YouTube, listener on Spotify. We're gonna try and get an Apple podcast soon anyway too. But I guess a listener question. Which if anybody else has questions, feel free to, if you're in the Discord, you can drop them in the Discord. You can also tweet at us at Experience Levels Podcast Twitter. I'll put it in the description on the YouTube. I'll put it in the Spotify description as well. Or you can post it on the YouTube comment section if you want to give a question here. So Zen's question, this is from Zen SoCal, who we just mentioned, Mr. Replace Me guy. Zen's question is, he'd like to know about, just in general, about content creator / gamer anonymity. I can't say that word right.
Anonymity.
What Panda said. He would like to know just about that. It's kind of an open-ended question, so I figure we can go around the table a little bit. Panda, do you want to start? We'll start with Panda this time instead of Bear. What are your feelings on content creators and gamers staying anonymous on the internet?
I feel like it's their right. As a creator, you're allowed to have whatever level of separation you want, whether it's full transparency or like full ambiguity, anonymity. Like it's anywhere in between, whatever your level of comfort is. If you want to create, but you also don't feel comfortable with your face out there, your name out there, that's perfectly fine. That's been going on for hundreds of years. People have used pseudonyms, right? That's the right term.
A pseudonym, yeah.
No, not a pseudonym. Pseudoname. Pseudonym's different, I believe.
Are you sure? Oh, no, it's like ghostwriters and stuff. I still thought it was a pseudonym.
Yeah.
We'll look it up. I'll put it in the comments. Or next week.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, pseudonym.
Okay.
It just didn't sound right in my brain. But yeah, stuff like that, where people are writing under a different name and all that stuff, like for hundreds and probably thousands of years.
But that's
been going on forever.
Sorry, and there's been that one time though, even like old historical writers that wrote under pen names, right? They've still gotten outed by people. They've been discovered. And
yeah, eventually.
So with popular streamers like Corpse Husband, for example, was one that hides his face, right? And I know that he's one that was in the news sort of recently-ish, I guess, about people trying to like straight up dox him, figure out where he lives, what his face looks like, and all of these different things. I kind of think that to me, like I know you said it's the person's choice, and I agree. There comes a point though, I think, when you're too big that it's almost safer in a way for you to just show your face, because people are going to relentlessly pursue this, right?
Well, that also comes with the level of maturity of your audience, though, too. The fact that most of his audience is, I assume, and I don't know, I'm probably gonna get flamed for it in the comments by people that actually like him, because I can't stand him or his garbage music, but like. I assume that a majority of his audience is like fucking 15-year-old kids. I call them kids because I'm in my 30s, but yeah, 15-year-old teenagers that are just like obsessed with stupid stuff. And the younger you are on the internet, the dumber you are in the things that you want to do half the time. You know, those are the kind of people that swat people and dox them and share this stupid shit on Reddit and all kinds of stuff like that. Or you're just some jaded 40-year-old who, you know, your mom didn't hug you enough growing up. Like, be respectful, be responsible, don't be stupid.
Don't be stupid, Philly D, hell yeah. What do you think, Bear? Because of the three of us here, Panda and I stream with our faces, right? We stream with our face cam, and Panda actually puts his first name in his bio. Bear, what do you think? Because you don't have your picture out there for everybody.
Yeah, I think that it is harder to become, I guess, popular or bigger if you don't show your face, especially with streaming and YouTube and stuff like that. Because I feel like people want to be able, I don't know if it's like relating to people because you can like see them and you can connect with somebody more when you can actually see their face. Like, I kind of feel like that. But like, I don't know. For me, I don't stream, or I have, but I don't. If I did, I'd probably stream with my face. Yeah, I don't know. I think that it's their choice. Obviously, I think that it's easier to become, and not easy by any means, just easier if you do show your face to become more popular, I guess. I don't know.
And if you don't show your face, you need a very defining quality in order to
Yeah,
gain that popularity. Like for Corpse, it's how deep his voice is.
Yeah.
sure. Does he have like an avatar or anything?
He's got an image typically. It's like looks very similar to a character from like Tokyo Ghoul, which is anime. There's
Okay.
like a character with a mask and like a horn.
Okay, see, then I think that is even better, right? Not
It's
than
it's
showing your face,
brandable.
but like, yeah, if you have a brand. But I'm talking, people that stream without a face cam or anything, or even a picture or anything like that. And so you're just watching it and you can't really relate to that person in any way, I guess. I don't know.
I'm not even sure if he streams or I thought he just put out YouTube and
I don't know if Corpse Husband streams at all. I have never looked for it. I am not a consumer of his product. Or
Because
like
he's a
of his
musician,
content.
right?
I think originally he was, but I think he's more than a musician now. Like it seems to me that he does a lot more than music because he's not as like when people talk about music, I don't ever hear his name mentioned, but when they talk about content creation, I hear his name mentioned.
Well, for one, you're not really on TikTok, are you?
Not really. Like I doom scroll it when I can't sleep, but
That's where a lot of, I would say, his popularity is
okay.
on. Is a lot of like small snippets of music with probably, I'm assuming anime stuff in the background and that kind of thing. You're not an anime fan, so you wouldn't consume any of his stuff. But then he started also like being a member of like Among Us stuff.
Yeah, for Among
and
Us.
his voice again carries him through on a lot of that.
Gotcha.
So YouTuber, gamer, musician is his professions.
Okay. So he does play. Well, he does do some game stuff then. Okay.
According to the internet.
Yeah. So I'm torn on this whole thing. Oh, sorry, Panda. Go continue.
I was gonna say he put out audio of him breathing one time and got like millions of listens to it. I'm like, what the fuck?
Everybody breathes, guys. Everybody breathes. If you want to listen to Panda breathe, feel free to go to his Twitch channel. I'm sure he breathes there in the background.
No, I don't open mouth breathe. I'm sorry.
I do when my nose is clogged. It's a little cloggy today. As far as I'm concerned with this whole anonymity thing, which I can't say the word. I thought at first I was like, okay, when I was on Twitch, at first I don't want to have face cam at all, right? And then I'm like, okay, we'll do face cam, but I'm insecure about my body and I really want to make it without people telling me that I'm showing my boobs, right? So we're going to green screen away my body. So I did a floaty head thing, which was actually kind of fun. And looking back, I think I wish I had continued it longer than I did. Now I'm just sitting in front of the camera like everybody else does, right? But my first name, I put that in my profile and I was trying to encourage some of my close friends to call me by my first name. And then it kind of switched on me all of a sudden one day because I started having people that I would have considered very like casual listeners or like viewers of my stream, people that I'm not close to, started to call me by my first name. And it made me exceptionally uncomfortable. I don't think I've ever been so uncomfortable in my life. And so I talked to like Panda here and our friend Selena Crunchy Chaos, and I was like, guys, can you make sure that people are calling me by my name, by pStabs and not by my actual name? And like Panda has my real name banned from his channel. Like if you type it in chat, you get purged. And we made an effort to kind of pull that back. And there was a couple people that are very angry about it even to this day. And so one of them won't come by the channel. I basically told him if he didn't like the fact that he can't call me by my first name, he can't come to my channel anymore. So, I don't know. I think that's my choice. But I think there comes a point though, honestly, where it's kind of better to be out there like Ninja's out there, right? That's an example of somebody who's a very big streamer. He's always shown his face, but his first and last name are out there. And I think about Shroud. he's always getting people swatting his house, and that's because everybody knows his name. So I guess I'm kind of torn on it. People are going to figure it out anyway, but I don't know. Their audiences are young too. Are Shroud Ninja for sure? Is Shroud's audience young as well, Panda? Do you know?
Probably not as young. He's like, those two are definitely more known for their skill in the game than their personality for entertainment value.
Yeah.
Like Shroud might have played some Fortnite, but he was way more of like CS:GO, like PUBG. I don't think he really played a lot of Fortnite. He might have played a little, but I don't think he played as much as like Ninja did. Shroud has always been more of a high skill game player.
Okay. So his audience is probably slightly older.
Yeah, a little bit older.
But he's getting swatted, so I don't know. All
right. 40-year-olds who never got hugged by their mom enough.
As a 40-year-old in my 40s, I almost feel attacked, but I got hugged by all of my moms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they didn't get told they got loved enough by their parents, and they live in their mom's basement still and feel resentment towards the world for whatever reason.
Yeah, maybe that could be it too. All right, because Bear has a time limit. Let's move on to the next thing. Bear, what's your topic, sir?
My topic is more of, I'm super happy that a game series has been confirmed for the 4th installment.
Ooh, 4th installment. Are we gonna guess the game?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
You'll each get two guesses.
All right. I'm guessing Dragon Age, because Dragon Age 4. Oh, damn it. Okay. Panda, what's your guess?
Trying to think like what's come out that needs a 4th installment, because there's the 4th Uncharted. It's already out.
Ooh.
Is the new Tomb Raiders maybe?
Nope.
All right. That was our guesses. We both failed.
Okay. TimeSplitters.
I don't even know what that is. Is this a phone game?
Nope.
No.
Is it a Switch game?
It is.
Nope.
Okay.
Is it a
PlayStation game?
Yeah.
Okay.
PlayStation. Well, the first one was PlayStation 2. The second one was PlayStation 2, Xbox, and then the third one was GameCube, PlayStation 2, and Xbox. But I'm super excited about it, and I'm very curious how they're going to release their content, because the massive amount of content that game gave you puts like all other games to shame nowadays, in my opinion. And this was kind of before DLC, so they kind of like had to, I guess. But in this game, there was 150 characters that you had to unlock to be able to play as.
Is this like some Street Fighter game? Because there was a lot of characters in that.
No, it's a first-person shooter game. But 150 characters, and you had to unlock them by doing like these like arcade games that they're called, like League arcade games, and like they would just be like random modes of like team deathmatch and stuff like that, where like one of them is like just rockets, like it's all computers that you're facing in this, but you had to get like X amount of rocket kills within the time limit, and then if you got like, there's like 4 different like tiered levels, like bronze, silver, gold, and platinum, and if you got platinum, you unlocked like 2 characters or something like that. But there's just so much content in that game. There was unfinished content that they just put in that game because they worked on it. There's this mode where you drive around as a robotic cat, like a cat robot, and you just like race around this track that was like, it was meant to be a part of the game, but they didn't finish it, so they just put it as like this little bonus like side game to play.
I don't know how I feel about that. I'm trying to think if they took a game like Dragon Age, which is one of my other favorite series, or even Destiny, right? How would I feel about them putting like, oh, I was just going to say unfinished shit in the game, and I'm like, the games are full of bugs. So technically it's all unfinished shit.
Now is unfinished.
Right? I was just like halfway through my thought. I'm like, wait, all games are like that. I don't know how I'd feel about it though. If they put in like, so say in Destiny, they put in unfinished Sparrow Racing, right? Just for us to play around in a little bit. That might be fun for the first little bit, right? But then in Dragon Age, what if they put in an unfinished world? I don't know how I feel about that, Bear. I don't know how I feel about that.
It wasn't like, hey, here's this awesome product. it's just unfinished. It was like, here's this like jokey thing that we were gonna put in the game but decided not to, but like worked on it long enough that we want people to like play it a little bit. It's like that kind of thing. It's not like they're selling it as a finished product, but it was just like an unfinished thing.
Okay.
But so that was like one of my favorite games growing up as a kid because of the pure amount of like content that gave you of like trying to unlock new characters, because there's 15 maps, 150 characters, and then there was online for Xbox Live that you could do 16 players total. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different types of game modes that you could play. And it was all for the standard. I think they were $50 back at the day, like $49.99 for the entire game. It made me really sad that like $60 games don't come with like nearly that much content anymore.
And you played, what was that game that got a lot of slack for it being really short? Was it The Order or something?
Oh god, yeah, that game
right?
was real short.
So compare that full priced, like full release game to how much content Bear's talking about. I think I would probably find Bear's game overwhelming. There's a point for me when there's too much.
Yeah. I mean, it just gave you something to do,
I guess.
like to try to unlock, is most of the content was like unlockable stuff.
Have you played this game?
Most single player stuff doesn't have a lot of replayability anymore, in all honesty.
Oh, I guess so if they let you replay it. Have you played this game before, Panda?
No.
Have you heard of it before?
I've heard of it. I thought it was only like an arcade cabinet game, but I might be thinking like I guess I'm thinking something with a similar name.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
A first-person arcade shooter, and you have a pedal to duck.
Yeah, it's not this game, but yeah. So that's
your thing.
I'm super happy that it's coming out, and it was coming up, and I was trying to think of like a topic or a question that I could like bring around that, and I was like,
it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
You can just say you're excited about it, and then
I'm super excited about it. And if you guys have never played TimeSplitters, try to find a PlayStation 2, Xbox, or GameCube and pick up TimeSplitters Future Perfect to just see the pure amount of content that game gives you, because it's awesome.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag wish I was sponsored.
Good shit, Bear. How about you, Panda? What's your topic today, sir?
I'm
He's
terrible
like,
at topics.
Wait, I didn't think of a topic.
Well, I mean,
what would you like to discuss today? How about that?
I mean, today's the 77th anniversary of D-Day.
Okay.
June 6th.
You were in the military.
Mm-hmm.
So this is meaningful for you, right? Is it more meaningful for you, you think, than other people?
Probably. Well, plus my grandfather fought in World War II, so I mean, it was the day that we got tired of being on the sidelines and decided to fucking kick Nazis in the face.
I know for like Canada, we were in World War II a lot longer than the States were. Like we joined probably right away because of our alliance or allegiance to Britain, being part of the Commonwealth and stuff.
They landed on. They were also part of D-Day.
Yeah, but they had already been involved in the war.
I just know that this right here says 1,400 Canadian troops landed on Juno Beach.
Yeah, but we had already been on the front lines, I'm pretty sure.
Gotcha.
Right, but yeah, I know that D-Day is they've made movies about it and stuff. What was that big name movie? I watched it twice and I bawled the entire time. It's about the medic guy. He was a conscientious objector. And so he was a medic, and so he never fired his gun at all during D-Day, and instead he just like helped people, like drug people who had their legs blown off and stuff, and like tried to save lives and things. And it was just incredible. I'm getting chills thinking about it. I watched that movie twice, bawled the whole time. It was so moving to me just to watch that. And that's just like, I'm basically one of those people that's like, war is something that I feel is sometimes necessary, but it's unfortunate, and I wish we didn't have to have it kind of person, right? Like, I'm proud of the people that keep our freedoms intact, whether they're American or Canadian or whatever country they represent, as long as they're, keeping people free, right? So, but I kind of wish we didn't have to have militaries and armies and that kind of shit, right? Because I don't like that people die in these conflicts. So, yeah. I'm not going to thank you for your service because I hate when people do that, Panda.
Yep.
But I mean,
why do you hate that?
Yeah,
Out
how
of
come you hate
Because
curiosity.
that?
I feel like I don't know. Because I volunteered. B, I didn't really do anything hairy. Like I was never any serious danger in my 6 years.
Do you feel guilty for not having been in any serious danger, but being in the military for 6 years?
No,
Okay.
I mean I went for my job specifically for multiple reasons. One was for when I got out, I would have something relatable to the outside world, but also I would be less likely to be in danger if I were to get deployed typically.
Okay. Well,
I had no aspirations to be a door kicker. Like, shout out to those guys. First ones out there. Like, infantry leads the way for sure. 100%. Like, Marines, you're all nuts, but I love you. Like, that's something I could not do.
Yeah.
I do not have the cojones for that. But the people that do, fucking more power to you.
I think thank you to all the service people, whether they're in positions that leave them in harm's way or not, honestly, because there's more to, if you think of the military as a business, there's more to the people that are selling the product, right? There's a lot of people that work behind the scenes to help get things working and keep things going and stuff. So I think that, I'm not going to say all jobs are important, but I think that a lot of them are important. And it's not, sometimes the infantry wouldn't be able to do its job if it didn't have people in the background doing their jobs, right? So I think it's a team effort.
Wouldn't be able to do their jobs if their radios didn't work.
Exactly, right? So I don't know. I don't think it was like, I don't know. I think you're deserving of being thanked for service, whether you like it or not, but I'm not going to do it because you're my friend. So, but thank you to all the service people out there, no matter what country you're from, keeping freedoms alive. So
I guess the other side too is that I didn't do it to be thanked either. Like, I did it because I wanted to, and I don't need anybody else's I don't need any other validation. I feel like.
Are there people that do it, you think, for the quote unquote
100%.
glory?
100%.
Wait, are those are the infantry people that run in first, right?
No,
I'm joking.
Like people that do it for glory is like the people who are just like, they're the kind of people that typically you see either never fully made it through graduate, like never really made it through basic, never really made it through AIT, never even finished their first contract, but they still walk around with like their army jackets on and all this other stupid shit. Like still wear their issued boots and all this stuff, and I'm just like, just give it up, dude.
What are your thoughts, Bear?
On D-Day?
Yeah, or in the military in general, but yeah, D-Day in particular.
I mean, those are pretty crazy people that are not even crazy. I know some of them are forced to do that, but like,
yeah,
that's some scary shit that I can't even imagine.
I'm glad I don't have to imagine it. You know what I mean?
Those guys are better, braver than I will ever be, because I don't know if I would ever be able to do anything like that.
Is that because, like, would you have a different opinion before being a parent?
No.
So same for you. You didn't sign up, and you wouldn't have thought to sign up if you guys were at war right now.
Yeah,
you wouldn't.
That's not my thing. Nope.
Panda, would you have changed anything? Do you think having kids would have made your decision to join different?
Might have made me join earlier.
You think so? Because when did you join? What caused you to join?
4 years in one job, 5 years in another job. Passed up for 3 promotions in the job I'd have for 4 years, and just tired of being stuck in my hometown.
Okay.
Wanted to be able to pay for school without anything out of pocket, and wanted the potential for traveling the world, and just wanted to get away, I guess. I don't know. Hard reset on life.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. And I think that's probably common for, I know the school thing is definitely common for a lot of people as a reason to join the military.
Do something semi-selfless and feel like I'm doing something for my loved ones, I guess. I don't.
So there wasn't like it wasn't 9/11 or something because it was only
No.
you weren't.
This
It was
was
much longer
years after 9/11. I was
Yeah.
I was in 7th grade when 9/11 went down.
Wow. I won't tell you how old I was. at least 10 years on that.
You were in 17th grade?
I was in 17th grade, exactly.
I was in 6th. I'm the
Ooh.
baby.
You are the baby. Well, at least we kind of know what age group you're in by that, because I know how old Panda is. I just did some maths in my head.
I'm a year younger than Panda. Wow.
That's such hard math.
Maybe 2, because
Yeah, could be
born
2.
4 days after the cutoff for being in the next grade above.
Ooh.
So
Yeah, there you go.
We'll just say 1.
just round it. We'll do some rounding. Okay, I don't know how to. We'll just awkwardly transition, and I'll edit something to make it sound good.
Transition.
Transition goes here. If we had ads, we would put a commercial right now. Okay, so I want to talk about Dream, the Minecraft streamer. He's got like 22, almost 23 million subscribers. So I don't know if either of you guys have heard any of this story, but it started back in October of 2020. So once upon a time, Dream was competing in speedruns when he films them on Twitch, like streams them live on Twitch. And people, they were watching one of his speedruns or a few of his speedruns in that time period, and people started to look at how incredibly lucky he was. So he was getting insane luck when it comes to piglin trades. So this is where like you go, I guess, to the nether, and there's these pigmen, and you give them gold ingots, and they give you a bunch of like random shit. So Panda has a piglin farm set up in our Minecraft on our friends server that we play on. And he gives me fire potions from it. Thank you, Panda, for your gifts of fire potions, by the way. But Dream apparently was getting stupid luck when it came to ender pearls, which you need to open the end portal for the speedruns, okay? So they determined that his trades were extremely improbable based on how many ender pearls he was getting. And not only that, but he had exceptionally inflated rates of drops for blaze rods, which is something else you need for speedrunning, right? I don't know what the blaze rods really would have been used for. But anyway, so in December of 2020, so a couple of months later, speedrun.com, they released a 29-page report about how they're going to like drop his records because they said he cheated based on his drop rates, right? So they're like, no, after 29 pages, and 2 months worth of investigation, you cheated, therefore your records don't count. So Dream, of course, denies all of it, right? So he's like, no, I didn't cheat, blah, blah, blah. He hires some astrophysicist to like go through the math and defend him. And he's just saying, no, I just got lucky. I got extremely, extremely lucky. And all of the other mathematicians are like, no, man, you got unlucky, or you got lucky in ways that it's not possible to get lucky compared to other people, right? So anyways, it just came out last week that Dream finally did admit to cheating. I don't know why it took him so long. So he did in fact cheat. The people that said speedrun.com were correct. And I don't know why it took him so long to confess it. Like, he denied it at first. So my question about this situation is, 1, do you guys know about this? And 2, what do you think about it? But then the third one is, he's not getting any blowback from the internet. Why? I don't understand why they're not trying to cancel him.
I mean, I remember hearing about when it first happened, and I saw a video about the math behind the odds of like drops and like things appearing and all that kind of stuff, because it was supposed to be a random seed, which like procedurally generated world, like it's just a string of numbers for Minecraft Worlds, Bear, if you didn't know. Because I know you don't play Minecraft with us ever on the server that we got you into.
I'm sorry.
Maybe you'll want to play Minecraft after this discussion.
Yes, I do.
But
I want
yeah,
to.
no,
Hell yeah.
this guy dug his heels in so hard that he didn't cheat, even though there was just like, yeah, compounding evidence and all that stuff. It's ridiculous that it's just like, this is a quote from him. I'm literally reading an article as she started talking about it. as much as I was confident that I didn't cheat, I had never explored the option that I possibly did.
Like what?
What
That's
is
yeah.
that
So,
shit?
So his cheat was he had a mod in. So there's a mod folder in Minecraft that shows what mods you have in. And when you load the game up, it actually legitimately says loading mods, right? So it was supposed to be a mod free. I don't know if they're allowed to have some mods like Optifine that make it like so you can zoom and stuff. I don't know if that was allowed in the speedrun, but essentially one of the things that people asked for immediately was let's see your mod folder, and he refused, right? But what he's saying now is I didn't know that I cheated. And then that weird fucking quote the Panda just said, right, where I'm just like, I don't understand. He's like, I didn't realize I was cheating because I had a mod in for my other streaming that I do. You're gonna do a speed run, you empty your fucking mod folder. Like, I honestly think somebody who's that experienced in the game knows they're cheating, right? It's like when we're playing Destiny and we're using a boss cheese, we know we're cheesing the boss. Like, you can't not know. Maybe a person who's brand new to the game, who's never played before, wouldn't know. But this guy makes his living. Almost 23 million subscribers on YouTube for making Minecraft content, and he's gonna sit there and try and say he didn't know he was cheating, or whatever random shit Panda just said. I don't get it, and I don't get why the internet's not trying to cancel him, which is weird because they cancel over less stuff.
So many of his fan base is so young, and they're so like, I think it's a case of one of those fan bases that's more just obsessed for whatever reason.
Oh, no, that's fair. Because on Twitter, I'm thinking about it now. Because on Twitter, I used to follow the Minecraft category on Twitter just so I could like get news and stuff. And it was literally people just talking about Dream. So I unfollowed that category. I'm like, okay, I can't go. I just can't. Everybody's like, what if Dream did this? So I do see that there was some comments where his fans were like, even though he admitted he did it, they're like, no, he didn't. Yes, he did. He just admitted it. So I don't know. When it comes to people cheating, and we talked about this a little bit in the very first episode, so episode 0, we talked about speedruns and cheating. I think it's good that speedrun.com has said no on this, right? I can't believe that they took it so seriously that they did a 29-page report. My mouth dropped open. I didn't realize it was that serious business. I should have, because what Bear said about SpongeBob, like they're speedrunning SpongeBob, and that was the big deal. I should have made the connection that this was serious business, but I didn't. What were you gonna say, Bear?
The part that worries me about this whole thing is, like, I don't know if I've ever watched his speedrun or not. I've watched a decent amount of Minecraft speedruns. I don't remember if I ever watched his or not, but it worries me that, like, they're basically saying it's impossible for him to get the drops that he got, but it's not impossible. It is just so unlikely that it's basically impossible. So if anybody ever does get the drops that he got, are they automatically cheating? Like, that's what I'm worried about with this, I guess.
I think they're automatically going to be suspected of cheating, right? Because the math is going to be like, that was super improbable, but they're going to have to do things like show their mod folder, and they're going to have to be like very transparent about things. You know what I mean?
Which, again, if you're not cheating, then it shouldn't be that big of a deal in the first place to do all that.
Yeah, people with nothing to hide nothing.
Yep, that's good. Good answer.
Right. So, like, yeah, and because he wouldn't show things, and he wouldn't show his mod things. It's a matter, and it wasn't just one speed run, right? I think this was, and I don't know the exact number, but it was more than three runs where he had this kind of incredible luck. So that was one of the things that they said, is that, okay, maybe in one game, maybe in two, but on a bunch of consecutive run throughs with this kind of luck, it makes it so that it's not like there's no downtime. Basically, you're getting lucky every single time in a row, as opposed to, right? It made it astronomically improbable. Like, yeah. So I don't know. I just think that I'm more disappointed that, not that I want people to get canceled, but I think you should be banned from speedrunning or something. Like, there should be some kind of consequence. That's what my problem is. There's no consequence.
Probably not going to speedrun ever again.
Okay.
Just out of embarrassment, I would assume.
He doesn't seem embarrassed to me. Does he seem
But
embarrassed to you?
So what? I'm on his Twitter now, but I saw something that's just like, oh yeah, I've always played for fun for 11 years, and that's why all of my videos are me and my friends goofing off playing Minecraft together. I'll keep making the best content I can, and we'll keep growing. So basically saying like speedrunning, like, okay, yeah. People who have no idea, people have no idea anything about my content or me as a person or my history. Do too much talking. I'm a YouTuber and not a professional speedrunner. I speedrun against these people for fun and entertainment and have for over a year.
Okay. So he's just taken the I'm a hobbyist defense. Okay, so that's fair. So
Yeah.
don't ever include any of his shit in the speedrun stuff because he could be cheating.
Well, I think you have to submit him, so maybe he'll just do it for fun and not submit him anymore.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think it's the, like, for me, it's the whole he adamantly denied it, right? And that kind of makes the quote that you just said, puts it, because at the time he could, like, at that time he could have said, hey, I might have had mods in, or, oh my God, I did have mods in. He didn't need to deny it, right? And I think it would have been better.
Mm-hmm.
But he dug in deep. He dug in deep for it.
Well, again, we don't know what he looks like either.
That's
like,
true.
He's probably a fairly young person, and/or was probably never held accountable by his parents. Then, like, that's just like, it's either he's one of a few things. He's a shitty person, he had shitty parenting, or he's super young, or a combination of the three is how I feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's something like kids do a lot that you could watch them do something like that they're not supposed to do, and then they will lie to your face and swear up and down that it wasn't them, that they didn't do it,
Yeah.
I did it as a kid, 100%.
Yeah. Oh no, I did too. Bear, did you also?
No. Yeah.
Is that
oh
wait,
child.
his mom listens to the podcast. No, Mrs. Bear's mom.
Please leave feedback.
Hey, come on. I thought we were
Give us a story.
We'll just have your mom on the podcast one day, Bear, when you can't join us.
Okay. I could set that up.
You can set that up. Okay, you'll be busy. We'll just switch your mom on. Wait, is your mom
Mama
that lives
Bear.
with you too, right?
Yeah, she lives an hour away. I can totally do that.
That's so awesome. Okay, one day if you can't make it, we're gonna have your mom, Mama Bear, on the show instead. She likes to leave comments and stuff. So Bear, again,
Perfect.
you never one time lied.
I definitely lied. Of course. Come on.
Yeah, of course.
I'm an adult now. I can say that.
Yeah.
It definitely feels like that behavior from him, though.
Okay. That's fair.
So this is what I could also see is I know that there are some streamers or some content creators that are so big that they literally don't do anything but like play the game, right? Like they don't set up their stream, they don't basically do anything except touch the mouse and keyboard. I don't know what his case is, but maybe he has somebody that is like, hey, you're all set up, like go in your room and stream, you know what I mean? It could be something like that too. I doubt it, but it could
I doubt it.
I don't know. It was just a thought that I had too.
I mean, I guess that's fair. I'm sitting there trying to think because I didn't know how to set up my own stuff. But
article, it has something to do with some recording mod that he had.
A recording mod that increases your drop chances.
All right. Do you want me to read this entire article to
No. You can put the link somewhere. You can put the link, Panda, and I'll link it in all our comment sections too, and then people can do some follow-up reading. I mean, that's just such a weird, like, this is a recording mod and also increases your drop chances, guys. I guess, did Shantae put the mod pack together? Because that's the kind of shit he would do. Right? It's like this.
No, it was just supposed to be vanilla Minecraft. It was supposedly a recording mod, like for recording, like outside, like similar to like the replay mod, I guess you would say, from like Hermitcraft. Something similar to that.
All right, that's fair. Speaking of Hermitcraft, I'm excited for Caves and Cliffs update.
2 days
for Minecraft. Panda's got 2 sleeps. He's got it down to the sleeps and everything. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm interested to see how it's going to appear on our server with Flash, right? The one we're playing on. I guess how does it work? So any of the chunks that you and Shantae, because you guys explore a lot, have already rendered or whatever, or already generated, won't be impacted, right?
Correct.
All right. So all the stuff under my base is normal. We'll have to go way far out to see it on that server. I'll just make my own game and explore on my own, I think, for a little bit. But yeah, no, I'm kind of excited for it. I kind of want to see. I'm most excited, and I don't know if it's going to be in this issue or this update, because you said that they're splitting it into 2. I'm mostly excited for copper roofs, which I think sounds kind of dumb now that I've said it out loud, because it's more decorating tools for me to make my house look pretty. My name is pStabs. I'm 40 years old, 40 plus, and I play Minecraft for fun, and I'm excited about copper roofs.
I mean, it's a game that's for, 10 and up. You are part of the up.
I'm part of the up. Bear, are you going to come play Minecraft with us?
I should. I did log into Flash's server one time, and I was like, I don't know where to go or where I can and shouldn't go, so I'm going to have to log in with one of you guys so you can be like, hey, you can have this chunk of land.
Man, it's crazy that, he's got all these people that play on there that would have been like, hey, yeah, we'll show you around. He didn't say a word to any of us when he logged on.
Exactly.
Go on.
I feel attacked.
Well, you should, because Panda was definitely attacking you right there.
Yep.
Bear, we'll arrange a time, and you can log in, and we'll give you a tour. We'll be on the server. If we arrange it ahead of time, we can make sure that we're on, and we can give you a tour. And
yeah, that would be good.
And you can figure out where you want to live. So
yeah, because I do miss Minecraft, even though it's going to be weird going back to vanilla because I loved MC Minecraft. So
I really liked that too. I'd like to stand that server back up one day. Different one, obviously, but I'd like to be able to. We'll think. We'll see. We'll see how the future plays out, because I really
Destiny
do like
become
modded.
boring, so we play Minecraft instead.
Oh my god! Did you go? You guys both did the story this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So no spoilers or anything. I loved it. Bear and I were talking earlier in the week about. I guess the last time you and I had played together, Bear, we were talking about how with them taking away leveling, Panda and I have had this conversation too. When Bungie took away the big level jump at the beginning of the season, my urge to play, or my inclination to play, has been less. I don't feel any sense of urgency to do anything in the game. And so Bear kind of said it's good because he doesn't feel behind, but he was expecting really strong story beats each week. And we weren't getting them each week until this week. This week was an incredible story.
They can't give you the meat and potatoes every week. Like, you gotta have your lead up.
Isn't there a story mission every week for like 8 weeks in Season of the Chosen though?
It was like 8 or 10, yeah.
And we had two, and we didn't even really have a story mission this week. We just had that like clip, right? Or was there an actual mission that we had to do?
No, the mission is you go into and you do the
yeah. I mean, it was still like it was still
fun.
just like go do Battlegrounds was the story in quotes mission.
There just was more Helm talking, I think, Bear. I think that's what the difference is.
Okay.
There was more narrative.
Okay, that's fair.
We're getting it disjointed this season, right? Because there's actual... So in order for me to get caught up on story, I had to go and watch YouTube videos of where somebody went through and they take all the little tiny bits of story, because there's pieces of story that happen in your first override mission. At the end of it, when everybody's collecting their loot and zoning out, there's actual dialogue for the story that's happening there. But I often don't pay attention to that, right? Because especially if I'm streaming, I'm not going to be paying attention to that at all. So going back and watching the summary through helped me. And then that made me think about how fragmented sometimes the story can be in Destiny, which is good and bad, because it's good for players. It's there if you want to get it. You really have to pay attention and listen for it, or you're going to lose it this season. But for people that just want to play the game because they want to shoot things, Vex in their little glowy belly, like, who cares about story? It's not so in your face, right? But I think this season I definitely felt the bad part of it being disjointed. It's been harder for me to follow, but I had to watch a YouTube video in order to get caught up on it. Yeah, that leads me to the leaks. Did you guys hear about the Destiny leaks?
Did not.
So we're not going to give spoilers, but Twitter, of course, I saw it on Twitter. Twitter was like, we need to do better as a community, blah, the story was ruined, and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, apparently...
they do that every time when there's a leak. Like,
everything is data mined.
You guys, let's say you guys, like, I know you and Sandra were talking about the cutscene, like the story, the big story reveal this week. You guys were talking about it like week 1. I'm like, I don't want to know anything about it, because it was already data mined and released on YouTube.
Yeah, and that was the thing. So that was, remember that guy that came in your chat, Panda, and he's like, I have a leak or whatever. That's what that video was. Right. I had already seen it, but I'm like, we don't want to necessarily post it in chat, right? Because there's going to be people that we don't want it spoiled. So Twitter, it's so weird to me why I didn't see what the actual spoiler was. It came down, but I think it was Destiny Tracker, one of the big new sites that posts a lot of mine data. They posted something a couple days ago that basically, I think it was the end of the season story. And people lost their shit over it. Because it wasn't tagged properly with spoilers and all of this other stuff, right? But they're also the same website that released the name of the season before the season dropped, right? Which Bungie actually keeps calling things Season of the Redacted for a reason. So they listed it. I just don't understand why some spoilers are okay and this one was not, because they'll spoil anything, they meaning the internet and Destiny fans. And I get that there's a section of people that want all of that, and then there's a section of people that don't. And I think that if there's spoilers, then they should be on spoiler threads, and people should do that, go there if they want it.
Right.
But yeah, Destiny Tracker, I think is what it is. They said that they posted a thing that was like, we'll be more cognizant in the future. We're not going to post data mine links and blah, blah, blah. And a bunch of other Twitter accounts said the same thing. And then, of course, that led me to Reddit. And Reddit at least has a little bit more, I guess, they have mods and stuff, right? So they govern what gets posted. Like Bear's stuff got taken down because, he's tryhard or whatever they said about your
lazy.
No, he's lazy.
He's lazy. Dude gets
you try to
do it. Say it, Bear. What'd you have?
I had 420 and 69
triumph score.
So
And they told him it was
420,069 triumph score. And I posted it on Reddit to try to get some free internet points, and they took it down because it was lazy, and I was all mad about it. I'm still a little mad about
it. Poor Bear. I agree with you, Bear. I think that's impressive. We do have screenshots. You have a lot of internet points with pStabs. You've got pStabs points. They're probably not good for anything.
Gold clovers. Got it.
Yeah. Except I can't give you extra clovers. So, but you have all the pStabs points that you need for that. All right. Dear listeners, thank you guys very much for joining us for this other episode of our podcast. Bear, Panda, thank you guys very much for being here this Saturday morning and for all the different things. And we'll be back next time. So, Bear, where can people follow you?
Twitter. I don't even know. BreakdownBear at Twitter.
That makes it easy. Yep. BreakdownBear at Twitter. Panda, where can people follow you?
On the internet.
On the internet. Juan Sad Panda, mostly with underscores between each word, by the way. That's twitch.tv as well. And people can find me on YouTube and on Twitch and on Twitter, pStabs. Now, if you can't find me as pStabs, check pStabs 404 because people like to take pStabs as a name for some reason. But anyways, thank you guys very much for hanging out, and we'll be back probably in a couple of weeks with another podcast, I hope. So talk to you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.